Yes, sir. YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, podcast listeners all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cap and Crown, episode 43. What's Giannis' brother's name?
Thanasis.
Thanasis. Yeah, no Thanasis. There you go, right there. It's number 43. Listen, you guys already know, man. You're in the right place, man. If you're into some NBA talk, man, whether it be debates, hot takes, general conversations, new basketball, old basketball, whatever it is, man, we're here for it. So join us, man, as we have our conversations every Monday and Wednesday. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and to NBA Conversations. And also to everybody, help us get them likes up today, man. Help us get them likes up, man, for MJ and the late great Kobe Bryant, man. So we definitely use your help with that. Also, to follow us on our other channel, Cause We Geek Clips, where we post condensed versions of the show. I say Cause We Geek. Cap and Crown. I'm looking at Cause We Geek right here. Cap and Crown clips, where we post all the condensed versions of the show over there. All right, King. Got a nice little conversation to get into here, man. You ready to get to it?
Let's do it, bro.
All right, man. Before we start, man, let's show some love, man, to the sponsors of the channel.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at FANATICS. FANATICS is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and FANATICS exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Yes, sir. So you probably could tell by the thumbnail jersey I got on, man. So as you know, man, there's a lot of conversations that's been going on here, especially over the summer. Oh, what's that?
I was just showing the jersey in the back. Go ahead.
Bro, stop showing off, man. All right. Dang. Not everybody's blessed to have a Jordan Wizard jersey, man. Oh, actually, yes, Wizards.
That's Wizards.
Yeah,
let's just stop. Just keep going. I knew you about to say something about. Just keep going.
Listen, but yeah, tell you I know conversations been going on here, man. Usually when the summertime comes, man. Once the free agency is over with, draft and all those good things, man. You know, it's a dead period. A lot of people are just kind of just going crazy on the internet saying some wild stuff, man. So lately it seems like actually not just lately, it might have been revved up lately because there hasn't really been anything out there to talk about lately, but it just seemed like lately, man, a lot of disrespect has been going on here, man, for two of the greatest players to ever lace them up, and that's Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Some people online, well, not online, well, it's people online too, but a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, former players, podcast people in general have been kind of throwing jabs at both of the players. You know, Kobe passed away, so he can't really defend himself. We all know Jordan don't really go out here and defend himself like that. You know, he usually lets the people who are fans of him do that for him. You know, because this game pretty much talks for itself, but, you know, people try to poke holes in it and stuff like that. So, you know, we just kind of wanted to kind of highlight some of those and kind of give our opinions on it, man, because, you know, here on this channel, you know, now that we cover pretty much the whole entire NBA, our goal here is to kind of shed light to the game as far as you know, the positive stuff. You know what I'm saying? We try to talk about some of the games of yesteryears that a lot of people don't talk about. Try to bring light to the game as far as, you know, try to educate folks, man, because I know a lot of people don't like to do their own research. A lot of people just go by what they hear. they'll see a highlight or two and think they know the whole story, right? So, I always tell King all the time, I feel like we are probably the luckiest generation because we got to see Jordan in his prime, right? In his worst years and his best years. We got to see Kobe. We got to see LeBron, all these players that people put on the pedestal as the greatest of all time. We got to see them live and in living color. We didn't have to watch a highlight. We actually got to see them play. And so that's why, man, like I said, with these conversations, sometimes it's kind of nerve wracking to the point I told King before. I'm barely on Twitter. I'm starting to barely be on TikTok, and now my algorithm is being flooded with that trash. So most of the time, I'm pretty much on Instagram. And a lot of reasons why I'm on Instagram, because y'all know I do Cause We Geeked, and a lot of that helps me with my other channel. So, but for the most part, man, I just I don't really get into a lot of sports debates like that no more because it's starting to become toxic. I've always said I don't know why people don't. I mean, I'll talk about the NFL, right? I've never seen the old school bash the new school bash old school. I don't see that, right? You always see them generally, the fans generally evolve with the game, right? Only in basketball where we're divided with the new school and the old school. I always talked about the fact that growing up, I wasn't lucky to watch Kareem and them in their prime and all that stuff, right? Dr. J's of the world. So when people who were older than me were telling me about these guys, me being a person who loved the game, I decided to go back and do my own research and kind of learn up about these guys. I didn't look at it with a judgmental eye or like, they ain't all that. It's like, no, I'm gonna see what they're talking about. And when they point out certain things, it's like, okay, but then on top of that, I'm learning more about these guys on top of what these people are telling me. Because, I want to be growing up. I love the game of basketball. It's my favorite sport of all time. I played it since I was a kid. I grew up around it. I would talk about my pops played it for years. My mom played it when she was in high school. Used to go to all the games and all that stuff. All the NBA live games, they have everything basketball, tons of basketball jerseys, all that stuff. Man, I love the game. And so me loving the game, I try to build my knowledge of the game. And that's also including, getting the knowledge of players before the players that I know, the players that I've seen. That's to help me to gain an understanding. I always say that all the time too. It helps you gain an understanding of what you see today. And so, we, like I said, we live in a time where nobody wants to take the time to do that. They got all the answers already. I put a couple highlights or whatever. So, but anyway, listen, man. I didn't get a ton of clips. I got pretty much two little clips here. One for a disrespect of Jordan and one a disrespect of Kobe. The one a disrespect for Kobe, bro. Well, you heard both of these already, but the one for Kobe is more recent. Shout out to Rob G. He was kind of going off on Shaq and T-Mac on their disrespect of Kobe. And one of the I guess it was Shaq's podcast. No, it wasn't Shaq. Was it Shaq's podcast? It might have been Shaq's podcast, but I know he also was on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith and all of them too. So, but let's play this Jordan clip first, King.
Michael Jordan's 6-0 finals record is the most overrated stat in sports.
The stat works because it's a clean story. Perfect record, never failed. But it ignores when he did fail. 6-0 in the finals isn't proof he's untouchable. It's proof he lost earlier instead. Jordan played 15 seasons. In 9 of them, he didn't even make the finals. In Wilt's, Magic's, or LeBron's careers, the years they lost in the finals still count as failures on their record. For Jordan, those failures just came in earlier rounds. It also ignores how loaded those Bulls teams were.
I got some stuff I want to say, but you want to list the Kobe first, or do you want to just tackle the Jordan part first, then do Kobe?
When we can listen to Kobe, it was pretty short.
Okay, so here's Kobe.
T-Mac said if you switch him and Kobe out as far as playing with me, the outcome is the same. You don't think I would have won 3 with T-Mac? I think I could have. And let me just say this to Shaq. Stop it! We've gotten to a point now where the mythology of Shaquille O'Neal has eclipsed the player. And I'm going to focus on Shaq right now. Okay. I'm going to bring facts first. I'm going to bring feelings later because I think both are important. Shaq is credited with being the most dominant player in NBA history. For my money, he is. Mm-hmm. He is the most physically dominant, imposing player that I've ever seen. And he's the biggest reason why when we have these mythical debates, like who's going to win, Jordan Bulls or the Showtime Lakers? Showtime Lakers or the Steph KD Warriors? Steph KD Warriors versus Shaq Kobe Lakers. Ultimately, it always comes down to, for me, is, who's going to guard Shaq? That's why I'm picking 01 versus damn near everybody. Because I don't think there's anybody that could have handled 01 Shaq, point blank, period. Having said that, for Shaq to come out and say, you put Tracy McGrady with me instead of Kobe, we're winning those 3 chips. Shaq, let me take you down memory lane real quick so that we know exactly what we're talking about when it comes to the greatness of Kobe Bryant. You had T-Mac before T-Mac in Orlando. His name was Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway was a 2-time first-team All-NBA player, third in MVP voting when he played with Shaq one year in 1996. And you know what happened? Shaq got swept out of the playoffs. 94, 95, 96. 2 of those years with who at the time was the Tracy McGrady, the Kobe Bryant, the Dwayne Wade of that league. Moves over to the Lakers. Swept out of the playoffs. 1998, 1999. 5 times before Kobe reached his ascension, you were swept out of the postseason. One of those years in Los Angeles, you had 4 All-Stars on your team.
Well, you heard both of those takes, King. What's your opinion, man? Do we need to stop the Jordan Kobe hate, or what's going on, man? What's on your mind, man?
You know, I always try to be, I guess, in the middle of these conversations. I try to see them as objectively as you possibly can. I'm not I don't disrespect Kobe and Michael Jordan. I know who they are, but excuse me, I agree with some of the things people say on the opposite side. Like, I can see things. I see the 6-0. I talk to you about it all the time. The 6-0 being it is mystique. It is magical. It's awesome that he's never lost in a championship game. But I do feel like people treat it as if losing in the first round is better than losing in the finals. And I do think that's foolish. Like, I would rather get to the finals and lose than lose in the first round. I would think you would go further. I don't know, just my personal opinion. But it does also leave out the context of what happened once he actually got there and the dominance that he went on. It was like, yeah, he failed at the beginning. He failed because he didn't have another all-star beside him. You feel me? Like, there was nobody beside. There's more context. So I always say this, man. It wasn't a LeBron conversation, but I think LeBron, as far as the floor raising, you give him no all-stars and all beside him, he'll raise the guys and you can get to the finals. Michael Jordan is the ultimate equalizer and the ultimate ceiling raiser, though, as far as, bro, you gave him one guy. When Scottie Pippen was there and able to play without a migraine or whatever issue, that was it.
Whoa.
Sorry. No disrespect to Scottie. I love Scottie. But when that happened, it was done. There was no conversation. Even when he came back and got him to the playoffs, I know people say, well, they lost to Orlando and all. They lost to Orlando in 6, and Orlando went to the finals, and he had just returned. Like, once, and then they thought it was over. Like, and he came back the next year and was the best player in the league, and then won 72 games or whatever. Like, with that conversation, that's just a whole different thing. But I don't want to. The 6-0, whatever, bro. I told you, whenever I talk about Jordan, I don't need to talk about the 6-0. I can 6-0 is last. Yeah. Like, the championships is the last. We can talk about the other accomplishments, what else he did and all that. I don't have to get there first as far as talking about Michael Jordan, his greatness. So I don't need that, but I do understand what he's saying on that part. But on the Kobe Bryant tip or whatever, pause. I've always been one of the ones that where I say, like, Golden State, when they got Kevin Durant, I always say if they got a guy like Paul George or whatever like that, they probably would have been enough just based off the team, the construction, and what I've already seen with the team before. They won 73 games, so they were already good enough. I do think if Shaq would have had like Tracy McGrady on his team, I do think they win one at least. Yeah. I don't think he does not win any at all. Like, I do think Tracy McGrady with Shaquille O'Neal gets you one. I think the context of saying about the Penny and Shaq, like Penny and Shaq, even though Shaq was older, were closer in age. So Shaq wasn't really at his peak, his point yet when he was with Penny as well. Like, that wasn't the prime Shaq that we usually consider back when he was in Orlando. And I think even I told you this, even once he got past, LA Shaq and he was older Shaq with a younger Dwayne Wade, he still got a championship with him. So I don't want to diminish Shaq and what he's saying and all, but at the same time, you can't, like, Kobe was still one of those, greatest ceiling raisers of all time as well. So when Shaq was getting swept, like they were saying, when he was relying on Nick Anderson and relying on, what's his name, Dennis Scott and all those type of guys before, Like, it's a difference relying on them and relying on Kobe Bryant. I don't change history on Tracy McGrady either. Tracy McGrady couldn't win in the playoffs. That was a known fact. Like, it don't matter what situation you put him in. I know he certain. Okay, it's going to sound crazy, but I'm gonna say it because it is what it is. Because we're talking about the greats now. We're no longer talking about the regular guys and these all stars. We're talking about the greats, the best of the
regular degulars.
We're talking about the best of the best. T-Mac should have won a playoff series. You feel me? Like, there's no way, bro, you can be that great.
You thought that was going to be a hot take or something? You said
no. I'm just saying, but there's
okay,
no way. People try to say it's because of his, the crew around him and the teammates around him. He was up 3-1 in the series and all that. He's been on Houston. He's played against the Mavericks and all. He's up 2-0. You feel me? Like, you have to close the door and you have to win a playoff series. Like, there's no way. It's the same thing with we talk about what's his name, James Harden. I don't want to put T-Mac in the same. I'm sorry, T-Mac, but bro, you got to win in the playoffs. It is what it is. I cannot say you are this great when I've never seen you win in the playoffs. I pay attention to the playoffs. I love the playoffs more than the regular season, actually. Thanks. So to see these dudes never win in the playoffs, I can't call you that great when Kobe's known for being a winner. Like, you're. It was kind of surprising that T-Mac made the Hall of Fame. Let's call it what it is. When he made it, it was like, damn, he probably made it because Vlade Divac made it. You feel me? Because Chris Webber didn't make it for a while and all that. When I saw Vlade make it, I said, okay, T-Mac could probably make it, but I didn't think T-Mac was going to make the Hall of Fame. Not first ballot.
I think Vlade made it too because of his overseas account.
Yeah, because of the overseas account. But I didn't think T-Mac was going to make it Hall of Fame. I mean, first ballot. Hell no, I didn't think that. But once it happened, I wasn't mad at it. But I knew Kobe Bryant was going to make that. Like, you feel me? Gilbert. All those guys got to stop. But at the same time, I don't want that dude that he discredits Shaq, as I said. Shaq, I know he did get swept and all that, but Shaq was who he is, and he just didn't get with those guys at the right time. If he'd have been with Penny, if like Shaq would have stayed with Penny and Shaq would have won a championship. I would bet my house on that one. If Shaq was with Dwayne Wade, if he'd been with him earlier, they would have won more championships. If he would have been with LeBron James earlier, they would have won championships. Like, Shaq was that type of guy, and I hate to discredit Shaq, but at the same time, Shaq, like, I know you try to Shaq can be hateful at times, but then he tries to over like hype people at the same time as his guys, and it's like, you got to stop that, Shaq. So
yeah, look, bro, I'm gonna say some stuff here. The fact that you always hear us talk about, like, say, for example, like Dirk, Dirk, one of my favorite players of all time. I appreciate him so much because I've seen his growth. I've seen the struggles of his journey, right? It's the journey that I appreciate the most. Like you said with Jordan, yeah, it's cool that he got the 6 rings, but man, like you said, we could talk about so many other accomplishments he had other than those 6 rings that just make you say, man, what in God's name, where did the dude come from, right? There's a reason why they're calling him Black Jesus and all this stuff, man. It's because not just because of the championships, but because of the other stuff that he did too. The fact that he led in scoring 10 times while also being an all defensive player. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so many different things that this dude has accomplished as a player. The fact that he is the reason why the NBA is what it is today. He's the reason why we're still trying to find another Michael Jordan to build the league around, right? There's a reason why. There's a reason why his shoes are still the number 1 selling shoe outside of basketball. There's reasons why, because this dude brought so much to the game, not just the 6 championships, but it's everything he brought to the game. He pretty much made the NBA what it is today, and a lot of people don't understand that. And it's funny too, King. A lot of those people who've been dissing Jordan, I'm guaranteeing they got a bunch of Jordans in their collection.
You know it,
and they don't even think about it that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just crazy to me. Like I said, I don't know where this hate came from, bro. It just all, like I said, when I go online or whatever, I try not to go on Twitter as much unless I'm trying to, post something for the shows or whatever, or retweet something you didn't post it or whatever. But I try not to go on there, bro, because you go on there, they're gonna make you mad, man. I think a lot of times these people be trying to raise bait folks with some of the stuff they say, and I kid you not, man. Like I said, I'm guaranteeing you, King, a lot of these folks who say this stuff didn't watch these dudes, man. They didn't watch these guys. Maybe Kobe. Some probably did watch Kobe because Kobe ain't been retired that long. So a lot of them could probably watch Kobe. But I'm guaranteeing a lot of these fools ain't never watched Jordan play in Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Do you say Jordan don't have a left hand? When you hear that type of stuff, you like, oh, okay, well, I don't need to talk to you.
Yeah. Like, those are the folks you need to just don't even start arguing with. You just
nope.
I'm going the opposite direction from you, bro, because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like I said, bro, for me, I never understood it. Because when you said about the whole T-Mac thing, I agree. I think T-Mac and them would have won one championship, but you always hear me talk about the intangibles, bro. It's the intangibles that the people have. It's not T-Mac falls in that category where people say he got a bag.
Yes.
Oh, he got a bag. That means he's the greatest player of all time. No, that's not how that works. T-Mac has a bag. Kobe has the intangibles. It's always the intangibles. And like you said, playoff. I mean, you talk about the playoffs all the time. When we had a debates with folks like, oh, he did this and that and this. But what did he do in the playoffs? Playoffs are where legends make their names. That's where Jordan make it, the 6 rings and all that. That was because of the playoffs. Like, you have to do that you have to do it when it matters in the playoffs. Dirt guys respect win when he finally did it in the playoffs. Right? You have to do it in the playoffs when it matters. That's when legends make their names. Regular season, that's cool. We see a bunch of people do it in regular season, but they don't do it in the playoffs. Joel Embiid, anybody? Okay. So, that's why I say, man, like that's why with folks, man, it's well, nowadays I should say, it's not just I always say, like, people follow. It's too many people who do a lot of following and nobody leads. So when you have these people who spew this stuff, like I said, nobody. I've said this a million times too, King. We live in an age of information. You see this right here? This right here can tell you everything you need to know. You can simply type in whatever you need. It's gonna tell you everything you need to know. But like Big J said, shout out to Big J. People don't want to do that because I want to stay ignorant to the facts. I don't want to know. Hey, I want what I'm saying to be so right. I'm gonna ignore what the facts are. Which I can simply put on tap on my phone or type on the computer or whatever. I can simply do that. No. I don't want to do that. I want to stay ignorant to the fact, and I want what I think to be completely right. If I don't know it, then I know for a fact it's gonna be completely right for me. And it's like, that's not the truth though. You got people, like I said, you got people who can educate you on that. Which nowadays I don't know who they can be, because even some of the greats or former basketball players be saying some off the wall stuff. I've always said now, too, some people should be intelligent enough to know who to listen to, who not to listen to, bro. Like, why are we still listening to Stephen A. Smith?
For anything,
exactly, for anything. I don't care if that dude tell you his name is Stephen A. Smith. I'm not listening to you, bro. Like, that's stuff we talk about. So when people listen to certain people, man, and they just regurgitate what those people say, it's like, then why am I? You could tell when they regurgitate when you talk to them. That's why, like, I can't. I told you before, I can't talk sports with everybody, bro. I can't do it. Like, if it was like 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, I already told you a story how I just debate my homeboys and stuff all the time, bro. They can't do that stuff no more, man. You can't do that no more. Like I said, then it started getting personal. Then the folks who you're trying to tell, like, hey man, you're wrong, they're not trying to hear it. They'll get mad and they want to do something to you and all that stuff. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And so,
go ahead, bro. Keep finishing.
No, go ahead.
So when folks use the example, that's why I love when you said, like, with us in our generation, we got to see all of them play. So I get to respect and appreciate all the greatness. So I talk to, like, shout out to Big J again when I say, man, remember LeBron against that great team dropped that 51 points, and at the end of the game, it could have been one of the greatest games of all time and all that. And we saw that, and I give it credit. I use it as an example of LeBron is a beast. He went head to head with that juggernaut of Golden State with Kevin Durant. He should have had that first game. Who knows how the series would have went, bro? That same type of energy was Michael Jordan putting up 63 against the Boston Celtics, who were one of the best teams of all time, with an even worse supporting cast. LeBron had.
Before the 96 Bulls, they were considered the greatest basketball team of all time. The 86 Boston Celtics.
He put up 63 and took them to OT and all. I don't know.
I watched that game too, man.
Was it Charles Oakley? Who the hell was the second best player? Would you think? Was it at that point George Gervin?
Orlando was gone, right? Orlando was gone at that time, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it might have been Oak.
It might have been Oak.
It might have been Oak. His second best player was Oak. Yeah. LeBron had Kevin Love still. No, it's not a knock to LeBron. Kevin Love, the Rodney Hoods, the Jordan Clarksons. You feel me? Like, bro, you go look at that Michael Jordan team that played against the Boston Celtics. I know a lot of folks won't know over half of them dudes on the team. And that was Jordan going against that juggernaut, putting up 63, which is still to this day the NBA record in the playoffs.
Yep.
So we talk about playoffs. He don't gotta have. He got his 69 or whatever in the regular season or whatever. But and that's not the highest.
69 and 15 or whatever.
And that's not the highest ever. But nobody cares. But like we say, I care about the playoffs. And the guy with the highest, points in the playoffs when it matters, Michael Jordan.
It ain't the highest, but it's also considered one of the greatest games. So you got your like 69-15 on like stupid, like what's 8-9 assists or whatever.
Oh, that's usually considered. That's considered. That's the standard. That is the greatest game ever. When you hear them talk about when they talk about Joel Embiid game, what was it 2 years ago, and Luka's game and all of that, even Luka's 60-point game and all, they compare it to Michael Jordan's 69-point game. That Kobe 81-point. That's still when Michael Jordan 69-point. Like you look at the all around, bro. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I was just about to say the all around.
Bro.
Yeah, the all around.
Damn, they got a triple double at 60. He was.
So
yeah,
but yeah, no. Look, like I said, man, with these two, man. For one, I don't like the fact that people are doing this to Kobe when he can't really defend himself because that's the part. And the part that gets me too is a lot of these people are speaking and they want to say this when Kobe was alive. That's the part that get me too. Yeah. Third, like I said, I think Jordan's about used to it, man. Like, I don't like. I told you I don't like the fact that how people will like. We live in this culture where I like this guy, so I got to knock this guy down, just for this guy to be raised up or whatever, right? And so, like I said, I like LeBron, I like Kobe, I like Jordan, I like all of them. I'm not a huge fan of LeBron and all of them like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a fan of Kobe and Jordan, but I'm not the biggest LeBron fan. You know, like when people talk about some of the negative stuff with LeBron, I can agree with that. But I also that does not take away from his greatness as a player. You know what I'm saying? Because I can separate the two. Because a lot of people can't do that.
Not a big Tim Duncan
talking about. Yeah, like, but I'm not stupid enough to say he's not one of the greats to ever lace him up. Probably the greatest power forward of all time, right?
No problem.
Well, I was about to say probably because a lot of people got him as a center or whatever.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. He's the greatest power.
No, I didn't say me. I said them. I said a lot of people.
No, I don't agree.
Yeah,
that's why no problem. That's what I'm saying. No problem. He's the greatest power forward of all time.
So, but now you made me lose my train of thought now.
I'm sorry, respecting Kobe and respecting LeBron because you don't like him.
But yeah, no, I've always, like I said, man, I guess that's part of maturing when it comes to sports and stuff, man. Being able to give everybody the props that's due, man. Like I always use the example too. Matter of fact, you said Tim Duncan. Growing up, of course, being a Mad fan, I hated the Spurs. Hate them, right? But who do I say is the greatest coach of all time?
Greg Popovich.
And we just said that Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward of all time.
Yep. Greatest six man might be Manu Ginobili, right?
And who's my favorite player of all time for the Spurs?
Manu Ginobili.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Like you can give these people their props without hating on them, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm
saying? That's when you really became somebody, bro. When like I hate the Lakers, right? Like I hate the Lakers, but Kobe, my dude, Shaq, my dude. You feel me? Like when you go past that, where like I hate this team, but you so good, bro. That like pause, like I gotta respect you. Like you just cold,
prime example,
bro.
King. Go ask for example, go ask Freezy who the greatest basketball player of all time is. Used to cook the New York Knicks. Like the Knicks fans hated Jordan.
Yep.
Spike Lee, the biggest Knicks fan of all time. One of his ghost friends is Michael Jordan. He commercials and all that stuff with him, right? Like I said, Freezy, big New York Knicks fan. He was a fan back when Clyde Frazier and all them guys are playing. But hey, he'll tell you who the GOAT is. Like, hey, Jordan's the GOAT. Like,
and that, bro. Okay. The best way to try to explain it, as I'm gonna try to explain it using what you just said. You know how people run to now teams like you run to the Lakers based off your favorite player and all that, or you run wherever LeBron going, and you got people that go back and forth. Jordan was so good, and I just can't tell folks the right way. Bro, he made everybody become Chicago Bull fans, bro. Like everybody was like Michael Jordan, on Chicago. It's the Bulls. Y'all I don't understand. Like, Steph Curry still got his haters. Like, Steph Curry, there's still folks that aren't Golden State Warriors. I'm not a Golden State Warrior fan. I respect Steph Curry, but I'm not a Golden State Warrior fan. I'm not like I said, Lakers fan, nothing like that. Like, bro, you became a default like Bulls fan with those guys and knew what was going on with the Bulls because of Michael Jordan. Like, he was the NBA that serious. Like, I don't know how else to express it. Like, it was Michael, like you always say, it was Michael and the others. Like, Michael Jordan at the top.
Yep.
It don't matter number 2 and all because the eyes are all on Michael Jordan. The Michael Jordan game, the Michael Jordan shoes, the Michael Jordan meal at McDonald's, the Sprite, the Gatorade. You feel me? Just whatever you needed. It was Michael Jordan, bro. Like, Michael Jordan in his prime was just the upper echelon, the highest tier athlete, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt like he was the best, like, number 1 athlete in the world when Michael Jordan was out. I'm not talking about every boy. I'm talking about soccer.
Yeah.
I'm talking about tennis. I'm talking about football. I'm talking about anything. It was Michael Jordan before anybody. And that's why, I mean, shout out to Mike. He got all that money he got. And a lot of it damn near just from his shoes. Like, that should show you how great he is. It's like, but people not putting it, I don't know, bro. Now you're like paying attention to it and like putting it in the context and understanding, bro, why is this guy this serious and all from that time?
What's that C word you said?
Context, bro. They can't do it.
People don't like that word, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
LeBron has had so many different outlets than Michael Jordan. Why ain't he richer than Jordan?
My thing is, like you said, I literally watched all the Bulls games. Shout out to WGN, the Chicago station. We used to watch it, all the games. It was Mav games, Bulls games. And of course, we watch TNT and stuff and all the other games stuff. But for the most part, that's how I knew so much about Jordan. I literally watched all his games. It was to the point because Mavs was so bad. It's like I was sitting there watching the Mad game. Okay, that's well, to my pops. Okay, let's go back to the Bulls game. Come on, see what Jordan them doing. And so we flipping back and forth from Mavs and Bulls, and a lot of times we kept it on the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, that's how I was able to watch all the games. Either it was on WGN or a lot of times they were on national TV or whatever. Right? We was watching them on NBC on what was that, like Sunday evenings? When that Sunday evenings? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Prime time. Or they'll be on TNT and TBS and all that. So back when the games used to be on TBS. And so, but yeah, that's how I grew up watching Jordan. That's how I was able to watch all his games and stuff like that, man. So yeah, that's kind of impact he had. And I already told you about my me being a Kobe fan when he came into the league, man. I was like, yo, who's this young dude? You saw it from the get-go, man. He had that hunger. He wanted to be the best and all that stuff. And I remember the first time he was in that dunk contest, which is why I bought them shoes, Kobe's Adidas or whatever. He had on the dunk contest because a lot of that stuff, like I would tell you all the time, man. But it's a nostalgia thing with me with that number 8 Kobe, bro. Because I remember kind of like how
Kobe, bro.
I remember my love of the game was at its peak, man. When Kobe had that number 8 on, so that's why it kind of it's like a nostalgia thing for me or whatever.
Then I hate that dunk contest.
Oh, you being a hater, bro.
Bro, the one Michael Finley was in it too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, that dunk contest was nasty. That's part of the reason I was just.
Wait, no. That was
Kobe. That wasn't that one with Darryl Armstrong. It was Darryl Armstrong too, right? One of that one. No, it wasn't Finley. It was Darryl Armstrong, I think, though. Did the layup.
Wait, when the one with Stackhouse was in there?
It might have been Stackhouse. It was whatever it was. It was one of the worst dunk contests of all time.
I'm trying to remember. Was that Finley's first year with Dallas, or was that like his second year? Because he was also in the All-Star game that time when he went to the dunk. Was he?
I don't know if it was that year, bro, that he was in the dunk contest. He was in the All-Star game.
I don't think so. You might be right. I don't think that was it.
Yeah, that's what I said. That was one of the reasons I didn't like Kobe. I thought he was overrated with the dunking because he was in that weak dunk contest. You feel me? There's a whole bunch. I was hating. I was hating. As you get older, I understand. I was a young guy. It was Kobe Bryant with the winning the dunk contest. I'm like, bro, this phony dunk contest, he won it. That was default. And they all Kobe in the All-Star game. And I'm like, come on, this young dude, man. Y'all glazing this dude for no reason. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I couldn't stand Kobe at the beginning. I feel like they were just overrating this dude. Like, why y'all love this dude, Kobe? And he used to miss dunks all the time and all. Like, he like hit him and they go out and over the bum. Like, yeah, dude, Kobe missing. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to hate on Kobe at number 8 because he had Shaq, bro. It was really the main reason is because of Shaq. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Because it wasn't fair that he had Shaq, and we didn't really get to see the Kareem and Magic. You feel me? As much like that. where that was just unfair that they had them two. So once Kobe got Shaq, it was
That's
like,
because
bro,
Kareem, Magic was like right at the beginning
yeah.
and Kareem right at the end type thing. So
When you got Kobe and Shaq,
kind
it was
of like Dirk and kind of like Dirk and Luka, right? Like you
like
really get the
that Kobe and Shaq combination had the feel of a Scotty and Magic. I mean, Mike. You feel me? It was like, bro, they were about to be, we about to get another dynasty of dudes just about to dominate the league and all that. I really thought Shaq and Kobe was about to, but Shaq didn't care as much for his body and all. But I did hate on Kobe, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did for the first half of that 8. Once he became 24 though, and Kobe, like I said, Shaq left, I started really appreciating Kobe. It was like, yo, Kobe, nah, Kobe, you that dude. My bad, Kobe. I apologize.
he said my bad.
Yeah, I'm serious. I was like, bro, I apologize. Once I saw that dude, and then like later in his career when he got to like his old man game, like not really old man, but just mastering the game and just, bro, it was just so easy. It was Kobe. People were yelling Kobe, like when you yell Mars,
When
you yell,
he
like,
got Kobe, yep.
Yeah, you yell Kobe, bro, make a difficult shot. It's Kobe.
He got to the second 3-peat Jordan mode.
Yeah,
like Joe went out jumping everybody, bro. He was out thinking everybody.
Yep, he was just doing the fadeaway jump shots.
Yep.
Any situation,
you felt like picking his spots.
A game winner. If you needed a game, if you were down, if you were up on LA by less than 3 points, you felt like the Lakers had a chance to win the game, bro, because Kobe was gonna get the ball.
Oh, I know he did it against the Mavericks. I know
all the time, bro. Like it was like, and I was just like, man, we're watching something special again. So, bro, it's just game, bro. Like I don't understand why people hate on game.
You remember, man, I was sitting there listening to a dude. Matter of fact, I was listening. It was Byron Scott's podcast, and they were talking about, they talking about some of Kobe's greatest moments. Cause, it was Mamba Day and stuff. Mm-hmm. And man, so guess what game the guy brought up? He said it was his favorite moment of all time.
The one against the Mavericks.
Yep.
The one where
he was funny. It's funny because before I heard people talking about Kobe, like, cause I knew it was Mamba Day. I thought I was driving to work or something. I was just kind of thinking to myself. One day I was like, man, I'm so glad Kobe did not play in the fourth quarter. Could you imagine that 81 would have got broken against us?
Yeah, he'd have had like 100 against us. First and foremost,
I was thinking the Lord above, because, bro, listen, I told you about how it was back in the day for me, bro.
Yeah,
I could not go to, especially my homeboy, RP to my homeboy Ruben. He was a Laker fan. If I went to work, I already got killed because they scored 63 in 3 quarters. But just imagine, like, if he had scored like 89 or 90 or something against us in 4 quarters, bro, I would have got smoked at work, bro.
Bro, that's the best game of his career. I put that high in 81. People don't recognize it unless you really want like a fan right there. That was the best game of his career when he outscored the Mavericks for 3. That's 3 quarters, dumb. Bro. And that's the year the Mavericks went to the finals. Yeah, that's the part they don't realize. That's the year the Mavericks went to the finals when we lost to Miami. He beat the Maverick team that represented the West in the finals through 3 quarters, bro. That was that run he was on. And back to Michael Jordan. Let me go back to Mike for a second. We all had our teams and all that we liked. There was nobody that I knew, none of my friends and all that. Nobody I knew that was a fan of another team that didn't know Michael Jordan was the best player in the NBA. You know how now you have like different teams, like certain people yell SGA, certain people yell Luka, your team, you want to yell Giannis, you want to yell Joker, you don't get the love. Even still LeBron, KD, Steph still get love and all that. There was none of that, bro. Like you had your team and you would hope they would try to do something. Nobody. It was like damn near unanimous that everybody felt Michael Jordan was the best player in the NBA.
Yep.
That wasn't even a conversation. That wasn't like nobody even threw a hot take saying other stuff. It was just Michael Jordan is the best player in the NBA. And when he didn't win MVPs, it was like, well, they just giving it to somebody else for a different reason. Because his numbers were still, it wasn't like, man, his numbers are bull crap or they phony or whatever. It was still Michael Jordan numbers, doing Michael Jordan things, and they just were tired of Michael Jordan the same way. So if another guy got 60 wins next to Mike or something close to him, give him the MVP because we just going to keep giving it to Mike every year. That's the MVP award became Michael Jordan's award.
Hey, then they set that person up.
Yep. So didn't get destroyed by Mike in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yep. Like, man, don't do that, man. So the 2 guys I seen do that, man. When Hakeem Olajuwon did that to David Robinson. I saw somebody talk about that story. I think it was who talked about that story, man. They brought that up again. And he said, who was it? I can't remember who it was, but they talk about that story again. They said, yeah, man, when the King found out, he said he told us in the locker room, man, I'm about to get him. I'm like, oh man, bro.
Right, Kenny. That's like Kenny Smith.
It might have been Kenny. Or Vernon Maxwell or somebody. No. It was no. It was I think it was Robert Ory. I think Robert Ory brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said, he was like, man, he said when he found out David got that MVP over him, bro, he told us what was gonna happen. I was like, yo, man, listen.
Where you consider David Robinson at before we end? That's a good question. Where's David Robinson fit on the all-time list? Where is he? How high at the top is he?
Bro, you asking me, you know how I be doing with these lists, bro.
Well, just give me around like a range. What would you think of top? Like people forget about David Robinson now. I feel like
Yeah, they do.
he got two. He got 2 rings.
And people forget he had 2 rings.
Yeah, I mean, he was
He
never the
wasn't.
number 1 in the ring.
Yeah, he wasn't the number 1 on him. And was he at the tail end of his career?
The first one he was definitely number 2 on the 99. 2003
Yeah.
he could have still been. If he won number 2, he's number 3. He was still 1, 2, or 3 at that point. It might have been Manu at that point above him. Maybe you could. Steven Jackson was that 2000. Was that 2003? Maybe like Dave Robinson still was. I think that was his last year. He still was a decent player. I feel like though.
That was the last year.
Yeah, so he might have 2 of them as a number 2. He got an MVP. You feel me? Like, is he a top 30 player?
Yeah, he's top 30.
Okay, so is he top?
He top
20?
He top 75 for sure.
Absolutely. Where is he at though? Is he absolutely? That's duh. What's the line though at the 5?
You gonna say? He
What's
top
the
50.
line with the 5s? Is he 5? Is he 10, 15, 20? Where do I stop? 25, 30?
Is he a top 10 center of all time? Hold on. Is he better than Patrick Ewing? Oh, this is a hard one for you. Is he better than Lonzo Mourning?
Yes. So he better.
Wait, hold on. Don't David Robinson got a defensive player of the year too, don't he?
Yes, I think David Robinson. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. David Robinson got his hardware is better because he got the hardware he has, and he didn't never let his team to a finals. Though Pat led his team to a finals once, but I don't know if leading to the team to the finals once outdoes without getting that ring outdoes everything David Robinson did. So I'm gonna say David Robinson is. Damn, that's crazy. David Robinson above Patrick Ewing. That's what I mean. That's why I asked you, and you still turned the question around on me to try to make me answer the question. Like, what the hell is he? 30?
Hold on. You want me to read this man's resume off?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. David Robinson, other than the playoffs, bro, like Tim Duncan saved his career. He was gonna be known as one of those damn near James Harden dudes. Not even Charles Barkley. David Robinson was getting David Robinson was getting to James Harden. He was getting that far. But go ahead.
So he's a rebound champ in 1990-91, scoring champ in 93-94. He was a block champ in 91-92. He's of course 2-time champion, 10-time All NBA, 8-time All Defensive, the All Rookie team in 89-90, Rookie of the Year in 89 and 90. Won Defensive Player of the Year in 92. Of course, the MVP. Sportsmanship Award, and of course he's on the NBA 75 anniversary team.
And he started late, playing with the Navy or whatever like that. Like Dave Robinson was on that list as far as talent, so he wanted like damn near the greatest player of all time. Dave Robinson was nice as hell.
That's who DeAndre Ayton supposed to be.
Yeah, and DeAndre, like, bro, Dave Robinson was. I can't explain. It's like again, people think everybody bums that played in different eras and all. David Robinson was like a juggernaut, bro. Like this dude was running a gazelle, just like 280 pounds of like muscle. Like David Robinson, bro, with the little jump shot, defense, offense, running like.
Actually, King, guess what they got him listed on right here?
And he got quadruple double and 70 points. But go ahead.
7'1", 235.
There you go.
Yeah, but say he was.
That was early.
I would say like 240 or 245 at least. Bro.
Bigger than that. You think Dave Robinson smaller than Luka?
Well, because he's taller, he's like stretch it.
That's what I'm saying. Like David Robinson wasn't like a small dude. Dave Robinson smaller than Anthony Davis.
How big is Anthony Davis?
And he like 240 something. Look, you got the phone right there. They got Anthony Davis. Let's see. They got Anthony Davis at. I don't see his weight. I can't see. Yeah, I'm always on Wikipedia, but it don't say his weight right there.
Let's see.
254. 254 right now for Anthony Davis. You think Anthony Davis bigger than David Robinson?
Yeah.
For real?
Nah, you about this.
That one. Hold on. That's a hard pause. But you think that? I don't know, bro. David Robinson. Okay. I thought.
Nah,
you think Anthony Davis bigger than DeAndre Ayton?
They're probably about the same size.
Okay. I think David Robinson bigger than DeAndre Ayton, but they say 235. Though. That's Michael Jordan size, damn near.
Damn, it's Jordan 215. What you doing?
It was like 222 at the end, I think. Jordan got bigger than that.
That was Washington Wizard Jordan.
Yeah, I think he's bigger than that in Chicago too. You know, people just lie about their weight. They kept their weight the same back in the day in the NBA and all.
Remember Kobe went down to like 215 or something like that, or 210 or whatever it was.
And Kobe got bigger at the end of his career, though. When he came back, went out the Shaq, when he had the tattoos and all.
Tattoo, get that one tattoo.
He got more than one tattoo, man. He got a bunch of tattoos. But that one tattoo was the major one, though. But that with the lions and all, was like, oh, Kobe got the tattoo. Like, okay.
Oh, he ain't playing around no more.
I know he came out with the tattoo. I'm like, oh shoot, Kobe got the tattoo.
Tattoo and changed it. He changed the number around that time.
Changed the number. Yep. Changed the number to 24. So he was changing his life. Yeah, man.
So a lot of people say he got number 24 to one up Jordan. Is that true?
I mean, he didn't one up. He was one higher, I guess. Or go the opposite way. One is the best when you go in numbers. Like we going up. So he was
one down them.
Yeah, there you go. One down him. He was one beneath Jordan. You feel me?
But yeah, man. Just a little conversation, man, about the whole Jordan Kobe debate, man. It's going on around online right now. Let's stop real quick, man, and show some love to Playback.
Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite app, Playback. Back to the show.
Yes, sir, man. Let's get to see if we can get some questions and comments we can get to here, man. Here we go.
Sponsored by True Classic.
The most interesting customer came into True Classic today. A young man came in right when the doors opened and said he had a job interview in just 30 minutes. The challenge, or so he thought, he had about $150 to work with. Now, in most places, that's a fancy shirt, maybe some nice socks. But at True Classic, when you add more, you save more. So not only did I set him up with a pair of our 4-way stretch chinos, not only did I set him up with one of our white button-down shirts, I even helped him complete the look with one of our coach's jackets. All for just $130. So he found his fit, looked great for his interview, and I'm pretty sure he got the job too. That's true value.
Yes, sir, man. All right, let's see what we got, man.
Shout out to Daniel Berry. Make sure to follow his channel for all your house. Says happy Wednesday. Hello, guys. What up, Daniel?
Yes, sir.
We got Big J in the house. He's a Glow Yard member. He said, y'all sound like some boomers. We all know that the NBA didn't start before 2003. LeBron had to deal with social media. MJ and Kobe had no criticism or scrutiny. So he is obviously the GOAT.
Oh, man. Shout out to Rod Parker. Rod Parker.
Rod Parker, I hate it, though, man.
Yeah, he is. I think, you know what? I think it's manufactured hate, too. But anyway.
Yeah, it is. It is. But Rod Parker, he knows baseball, though. I will say that. Rod Parker, baseball knowledge. But on other stuff, he just be hating. Latte, he's a Glow Yard member as well. He says, what up, y'all? Hope y'all doing well. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Latte. Same to you. He said, been busy week. It's my birthday tomorrow. Happy early birthday. Well,
yeah, birthday, Latte.
Happy birthday now.
Yeah,
so happy birthday on my side. So happy birthday, Latte. He said, I'm a Kobe guy, but without Jordan, there's no module of being the GOAT. So no Kobe or Bron to become next in line. Facts. Big facts, Latte. Jay also says, look at Jordan's teammates: Bison Deli, Bill Cartwright, Mark Brown, Luke Longley, Stacey King.
R.I.P. to Bison, but go ahead.
Yep, all Hall of Famers. Come on, that team was loaded.
My bad, Big J.
They don't want to hear that, Big J. All them players. Big J also says, happy birthday to Latte. Yes, happy birthday, Latte. And Big J also says, playoffs. Y'all act like Jordan dropped 63 in the playoffs in his second season against the Celtics with 5 Hall of Famers on that Celtics team. If he did that, it would be impressive. I know, Big J.
My bad, Big J.
He said it might have been Bob Love. And Latte said, thanks to Big J. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, y'all, we definitely appreciate y'all, man, joining us for another episode of Cap and Crown, episode 43. Listen, guys, we will be back here on Friday for the members, of course. And for everybody else, we'll be back here on Monday. But if you guys want to become a member of the channel, simply hit that join button right there next to the subscribe button. Join us here every Friday morning as we have our members only shows for the members on Friday mornings. And also, too, follow us on Cap and Crown Clips, where we post the condensed versions of the show over there on that channel. And also, shout out to Big J. Follow me on and Big J on Cuz We Geeks, where we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and televisions, man. Listen, there's a lot of Marvel news coming out right now. Supposedly, we might be getting the rest of the cast for this Doomsday movie, but we're gonna see. I mean, that's what everybody's saying, so we're gonna see. Hopefully, the news will come out here soon, so we can talk about it on the show on Saturday. But yeah. So shout out to BA, shout out to BJ, shout out to Cuz, man. We will be here Saturday, man. Join us over there, man, for all DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Aliens, Predators, all that good stuff, man. We talk about all the geek stuff, anime, whatever it is. We talk about it over there on Cuz We Geeked. What you got, King?
Okay. Share, more share, guys. Please help us out, especially for the new folks that come to the channel. We appreciate you guys of different teams. Please share to more NBA fans like yourself. Help them become members of the Glow Yard, where they can have these conversations, debates, whatever. Just come here and talk trash to us if they want to, whatever. We're just trying to get past this before the season starts, get more people in here so we can have some awesome conversations before we start showing games and all for free. But help us get to our next goal of 5K. Also, follow me, Queen, Travis, and BA on We Talk Combats. We talk all things combat sports and entertainment. I have shows every Sunday. We'll have a show this upcoming Sunday where we'll review Clash in Paris, which happens on Sunday. We'll also be showing that on Discord if you want to follow our Discord in the description. But other than that, we appreciate everybody. We'll be back on Monday. And thanks. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir, man. You already said. Follow us here, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Also, hit that like button. We will be back here on Friday for the members, and everybody else will be back on Monday, guys. Same cap time, same crown channel.
No cap.
Cap and Crown. Kobe and Jordan.